Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Welcome into the Voice of College Football. It's our Sooner show, live number 136, as you can see right there. So do the math, roughly 52, of course, weeks in a year. Times 3 is about 150, 156 to be exact. So we're coming up on 3 consecutive years of OU Sooners live right here at the Voice of College Football. So Parker Thune was scheduled to join us today to discuss Oklahoma's matchup against West Virginia and all things Oklahoma football. Unfortunately, Parker just contacted me just about a minute ago to let me know that something came up he needed to address. And his show's coming up on KREF Sports from 12 to 3 Central Time each and every day, 12 to 3 Central Time with Parker Monday through Friday. So head on over there. There might be some big OU football news in store. So I want to take this opportunity, first of all, to say that Parker wants to jump on Friday. So he said, hey, can we reschedule to Friday? Absolutely. So we expect to be on at this exact time, 11 a.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Central time to talk OU football on Friday. But I want to take this opportunity to kind of set everything straight regarding this channel, this show, and what we have planned going forward. So for many of you, you've just joined us possibly in the last couple of weeks, couple months. Others of you have been with us since day one, since show number 1. And again, look at the number of shows, 136. That's roughly one per week. We're going up against 3 years now. So we've been dedicated to this, committed to this, bringing you a unique perspective on Oklahoma football. Because this is the deal. We cannot cover Sooners football like a number of your favorite outlets that are driving every day. They're at the games, at the practices, at the news conferences, at the games, and covering OU football and nothing else. However, our approach to many of these team channels, and of course this one, and we have thriving channels with USC, Ohio State, Miami, and a few others in particular, is to provide a unique perspective in that we can bring in, instead of the same 2 or 3 people that are providing the content, the analysis every day, we provide a ton of different perspectives here at the Voice of College Football. And I keep track of Oklahoma football. I think for those of you who have followed me, whether it be just solely here on this Oklahoma platform or at the main channel at the Voice of College Football, you know that I love college football and I cover it as well as I possibly can. And I have been invested in this sport and in this industry through the television industry for over 30 years, covering sports. So I know Oklahoma football. Do I know the inner workings? Do I know the day-to-day? Do I know the injury reports? Do I know the updates? Do I know the recruiting? Do I know the roster top to bottom all the way through 3 deep? I don't. I know the starters. I know what's going on. I watch the team play. I watch the major games. I watch the less than major games. So that's our Oklahoma football take here. Again, want to remind anyone who's jumping on right now, Parker Thune scheduled to join us today. Unfortunately, had to address something else, but we will get together with Parker on Friday. So keep that notification bell working, because I believe it's going to be at 10 a.m. Central Time, but I'm not positive on that. But it is going to be tomorrow morning before Parker's show on KREF Sports. So Parker Thune on Friday. But I want to keep everyone's attention here for a couple minutes just to let you know a few things regarding our Oklahoma football coverage. Well, first of all, we launched a Big 12 channel about 2 months ago, just prior to the season, here at the Voice of College Football. So please join us there. I'm going to drop the link in the description section just in case you can't find it. However, due to some technicalities, I can't drop the link in the description section of this video or the videos here on SG1 Sports. This at one time was an Oklahoma Voice of College Football channel. So I think many of you understand that. It was Oklahoma Voice of College Football, and it's converted to SG1 Sports. Our buddy Chris at SG1 Sports has allowed us to continue our show here, providing you with Oklahoma football coverage here with a live show but we are building a Big 12 channel. We've got about 250 subscribers, and we would like you to join us there. And then you're probably thinking, Mark, we're not going to be a part of the Big 12 for just 3 more regular season games, and then whatever happens after that in the Big 12 in the bowl season. By the beginning of January, mid-January, technically we'll still be a member of the Big 12 Conference, of course, through the sports season in the spring. But in all practical purposes, as it pertains to football, we'll be a member of the SEC as soon as we step off the field in our postseason game. Absolutely. So we have also launched an SEC channel that you can catch as well. And again, I will provide those links in the comments section in the chat. And I've got those links in the description section of every video we produce at the Voice of College Football. Again, unfortunately, you may be and most likely are watching on SG1 Sports. Therefore, I have no control over the description section here, but I will provide those links. So we've got a Big 12 channel that we would like you to subscribe to. Totally understand, since you're leaving for the SEC, if you don't want to subscribe there. But we've got a new SEC channel that we launched and have about 350 subs that we launched at the beginning of the season. So please subscribe there. Because for one thing, we don't know at one point we're going to have to move this show, and we would probably move it to the main channel to make sure it's got footing and is established, and ultimately move it to the SEC channel and possibly an Oklahoma channel that we would launch. But as it stands right now, the Oklahoma show will simulcast here on SG1 Sports, as it has for the past few months, and on our Big 12 channel. Please subscribe there. And we're going to switch it to a simulcast on our SEC channel starting in January. SG1 Sports, they do great work. Please check them out if you're not familiar. I don't know what they have planned, so I don't want to falsely report anything that they've got planned, but they love college football. Our guy, Chris, does a great job. We've worked with him for years. So check out SG1 Sports. Another thing to keep in mind, as most of you know, for the great majority of these 136 episodes, probably all but 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6, we have done them with myself and Jason Ray. Jason's family life and mostly his job and career have become very hectic in recent weeks. So he has not been able to commit to this show in recent weeks. He still wants to be involved, still wants to keep the door open. So we certainly don't want to shut Jason out. He has been the main reason why we still have a show. So we thank Jason for his contribution and expect to see Jason in the future. We just don't know at this point how often and how consistently. Therefore, as you have noticed in recent weeks, Parker Thune's been a guy that I've reached out to for years and had on occasionally, meaning once a month, once every 6 weeks, because he's busy with his work at Rivals and also KREF Sports. Also keep in mind, though, that Parker is willing, open, always enjoys the conversation, very cooperative, of course, a vast array of insight and knowledge on Oklahoma football. So we enjoy the conversations with Parker. Again, he was scheduled today. We will get together with Parker on Friday right here. So be back here in 24 hours. But this is my main point. You've seen John Hoover here in recent weeks. John Williams, I was in contact with this week. I thought we were going to get together later this week, but we've not been able to connect. But John Hoover, John Williams, and then Parker Thune. I would like to get your feedback on anybody else that you would like to see here, because we have every intent to continue this show, and maybe not just once a week, as many times as I can get an Oklahoma contributor that knows what they're talking about, that is a top of the line Oklahoma media person that will do an Oklahoma Sooners live at least once a week, if not twice or 3 times a week, but at least once per week, Sooners Live. That's our goal, but it won't necessarily always be Jason and myself going forward, as I'm trying to find a permanent co-host for the show, analyst for OU football, but also taking advantage of all the contacts that we have to supplement that with a lot of other great guests. So to recap, with Oklahoma reeling a bit with a couple consecutive losses to Kansas and now to Oklahoma State and Bedlam, which I'm sure you all wanted to talk about, and we will in 24 hours here at the Voice of College Football SD1 Sports channel right here, but our Oklahoma show. So first and foremost, please lock into our Big 12 channel. Get ready for the SEC channel. They both launched. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. Parker Thune here with me in 24 hours. Again, we would like your suggestions on what media contributors you would like to see here at the Voice of College Football. And again, we are going to continue Sooners Live and have every intent to do that. Again, it's just been an issue with Jason's work obligations and doing a consistent hit every week at the same time. So the day and time may change every week depending on when I can get an Oklahoma media contributor on, but I am dedicated to reach out to the 3 or 4 people I know and anybody else you suggest. So leave those comments in the comment section. Anyone you suggest and would like to see on here for Sooners Live. All right, so I am going to the chat. Here's the link to our Big 12 channel. Here is the link to our SEC channel. And once again, if you're just joining us, the Big 12 channel simulcasts this show every week. And starting after the season, in which Oklahoma is basically going to be a member of the SEC. I know it doesn't technically take effect until the spring season, but for football purposes, we are going to transition to a simulcast with the SEC channel after this season. So here is the SEC channel. And what you'll see there are typically 4 or 5 conversations that we have to preview that week's games. Typically a lot of Alabama, Florida, LSU, Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, etc., Auburn, and others. So get familiar with your new brethren in the SEC, whether that makes you sick to the stomach or makes you optimistic and hopeful. All right. Okay, folks, we appreciate you being here. One more time, Parker Thune here live in 24 hours. So Friday morning, probably at 10 a.m. Central Time, but keep those notifications on. Look out on the community page. I will make a post as soon as we lock down on a time, but most likely 10 a.m. Central Time on Friday. Oklahoma, West Virginia preview. Parker Thune, KREF Sports and Rivals with us. And again, our intent is to keep this show not only going each and every week in the absence of Jason Ray. And again, it's not like we're never going to see Jason again, but he cannot be as consistent with that hit time every week as he has been for 136 weeks. And so we will be bringing on other media contributors to supplement the show each and every week, and maybe multiple times per week, depending on your interest and your investment and the popularity of the show. I would love to do this show multiple times per week here at the Voice of College Football. If you're not familiar, we've got a main channel. Just look up Voice of College Football, and you should be able to find that where hey, we're going full throttle. For example, today, we had this live show scheduled at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. At 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Nebraska Cornhuskers live on the Nebraska Channel. 3 p.m., Jim Harbaugh suspension watch and Michigan NCAA update live stream at 3 on the main channel. We've got at 7 o'clock a look with Tony Altimore on college football TV ratings breakdown. And so we go full throttle all the time covering college football. And this is the time to lock in with only 3 regular season games left. And again, our Oklahoma, West Virginia preview with Parker Thune coming up Friday morning. Thank you so much for your support. We'll see you in 24 hours.